Welcome to Wellbeing Time with Mrs. Joy. Discover the art of meditation and manifestation. It's Wellbeing Time. Meditate and manifest the life you love. Let's become a chain of love because together we can heal the world. With your heart and my heart. Lots of love from Mrs. Joy for you and for the whole world. Open yourself to receive the Diksha energy, the awakening and healing energy through the voice, speeches, and songs of Mrs. Joy. Open yourself to activate your Kundalini Diksha. Sometimes all you want is just a quiet place. A quiet place where you can just relax, distress, and go back to yourself. A quiet place where you can call home. A place where you feel safe. A place where you feel protected. A place where you feel cherished and loved. Sometimes we want this quiet place so much. And if we really observe what is happening inside of ourselves when we don't have this quiet place, our heart is racing, our mind is under stress, is pulsing, our body starts shaking, feeling uncomfortable. And this happens all because you are in survival mode. When you are doing things most of the time for others or for surviving because you need the money or you need situations and circumstances to give you the lifestyle that you want to have. When you have things from the outside that are causing you pain, you can call these situations, people, circumstances, lack of money can also be one of them. That is the stress or the cause of all this stress that is going on in your life. I call each one of these outside stressors as a threat because that's what your amygdala sees it as a threat. And your amygdala is the fear center in your body. So when you are in fear, even that is a discomfort, even about your child crying, or the lack of privacy, or the lack of money, or the lack of love, any lack that is now in your life, it can be lack of health, lack of well-being. For you to understand what happens in your body when you are in the survival mode, you need to understand that you are producing the chemicals of the stress hormone in your body. And that causes a palpitation in your heart, the head that is like pulsing because all that flood of blood is much higher in all your nervous system, in all your blood, because you are in survival. So in the moment that your amygdala is activated, you entered in that survival mode. And in that survival mode, you have 3 ways of survive. 2 ways of survival. Number 1, are you gonna run? Number 2, are you gonna fight? And number 3, are you gonna hide? And these 3 fight-flight mode systems, they are a way of protection that when you see or you think that what you see is a threat, your amygdala, that is the fear center, is activated. And it's so important to understand, especially in relationships. If the person that you love is doing things for you that is making you to feel in survival mode, understand that in that moment, that person inside of you, even that is the person that you love the most in this life, became a threat. And if this kind of behavior between both of you keeps repeating over and over again, without having the understanding why that projections of seeing that person as a threat is the hook that was connected with something there inside of yourself that is recorded in the stores, in the library, in the studios of your subconscious mind, that is saying, oh, when someone does this with me, I feel threatened, I feel in danger, I feel unprotected, I feel unsafe. I will give you an example, very simple. That is my example, my case. If a boyfriend, like I had a boyfriend that I love him so much, but at the moment that he started like getting frustrated at me, like screaming at me, saying, why you were late, or why this, or why do you leave the light on, or why this, like when he started having this kind of for me it is a frustrated behavior, grumpy behavior, aggressive behavior. Every time that he started doing that, it was like my heart was frozen. You know, when you make this, when you are scary, right? So then the question for me was, what was the trigger that made me feel that way when he was expressing himself in that way? My amygdala was bringing the association when my father used to scream at me, or at my mom, or at my father. And that was too scary for me as a child. So there in the files of my nervous system, my subconscious mind, there all that archives, all that photos, that movies that we have, they are selected by our amygdala. So then we remember that memory, and I remember, oh my goodness, every time that my father used to raise his voice, just to raise his voice, and it doesn't matter if he was screaming at me, or with my brother, or with my mother, or with someone that is on the traffic. Do you understand? Doesn't matter. Every time that I listened, my father is screaming, my heart was frozen. My heart was frozen with fear. I was paralyzed. So I can understand that since very young in my age, like very young age, in my age, I'm sorry, sometimes my English is not perfect, and And that's okay as long as we are all understanding each other. And I also love to say as well that, remember, we don't need the perfection to start and to show and to share a message. Just do it the way you are, as I also do the way I am. The important thing is that we all are here for something greater, and we are here to share a message, a gift with the world. And I have my uniqueness as you do have your uniqueness as well. And we together then can become this perfect team that work together, because each one of us are in the perfect role with the mission of each soul here in this planet. For us in the end to end up doing the same thing, that is to bring more love, more awakening, more health, wealth, and well-being for all in this planet. Isn't all you want for yourself and for the ones you love the most? So if you can generate more wealth, more health, more well-being for everyone in this planet, what are we going to be having in return? More wealth, more health, more unconditional love. So then, my beloved souls, I have something important to tell to each one of us. All this place of quietness that I was saying before in the beginning of this conversation with you is not outside. All that wealth, that true love, that unconditional love that you want so much, that well-being, that health, it's also not in the outside. Everything that you truly want the most, is inside of yourself. And I can guarantee you that 110%, million percent, infinity percent, infinite percent. It's all inside of yourself. And if we teach in our society since little ages the importance of diving inside of ourselves, the importance of meditation, we would understand that meditation, it is the medication. It is the medication that we need when our nervous system is out of order, when our amygdala is activated because we are experiencing something from the outside that is causing us pain, that is causing us fear. That's the primary feeling that we feel when we activate our amygdala. And meditation is the medication for us to cease the activation of the amygdala, because several times the amygdala is activated. Like, you get scary sometimes with a shade. You see something like in the dark, and you think there is someone coming, and then suddenly you see that it was just something that was nothing. So, but in that moment, the amygdala was activated. That's what you need to understand. So all the time we can be in this stress mode, in this survival mode. And if we don't notice that, we can keep in that flood of the stress hormones in our body. And with that flood, life gets painful, because you're going to start having pain in your body. You're going to start having diseases. You're going to start having, depression, anxiety. And all of these just makes you to have more stress and more stress and more stress. But meditation, when I say that, I love this quote that I have. Meditation is the new medication. It is. because meditation has the power to self-regulate our nervous system. So every time that something happens from the outside and you feel fear, remember, your amygdala was activated, your nervous system, now your sympathetic nervous system is activated, and then all that chemicals of stress is intoxicating your body, and that will cause you pain in your heart, palpitation, hands sweating, headache, neck pain, back pain, health problems, overeating, overdrinking, using drugs, because you need something from the outside to tame that pain, that pain you're feeling, that constant fear, that constant stress. And then you see that the things from the outside can help momentaneously, but doesn't long last. And then you need again that substance, and again and again and again. And then this just makes you to go in this spiral down, because then when you use too much drugs, or when you overeat, or when you overdrink, or you over something, because that's what then you're gonna be doing, because you have so much stress inside of yourself that you want all the time to be avoiding that uncomfortableness, that feeling. It's a feeling of feeling miserable. That's the feeling. Believing in stress is the feeling of misery. It's feeling miserable. Nobody wants to be in this state. Misery equals pain. Misery equals lack. And when we have lack of well-being, we have lack of everything. I will repeat. When we have lack of well-being, we have lack of everything. And that's what you need to understand. Because for you to produce more wealth is WW, well-being and wealth. WW is when you become the Wonder Woman in double, because you have well-being and you have wealth with well-being. And your well-being generates your wealth, and your wealth generates your well-being. It's a dance. It's the perfect combination between a man and a woman. It's the perfect dance. Well-being and wealth, well-being and wealth. Wow, it's really, it's like making love with each other, fucking each other, like in a dance of fun, adventure, pleasure. Because that's what meditation also brings. Meditation brings this alignment with our 7 chakras. This alignment, this vertical alignment with our connection with the Mother Earth and with the universe. It's when we also use meditation to dive inside of ourselves, to heal the open wounds that we still have from our past. Remembering that every time that your amygdala is activated, that is your fear center, and you have immediately your amygdala, bang, 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 bringing you the memories that are associated with that fear that you are feeling that moment. It can be a fear of a spider, it can be a fear of airplane, it can be a fear of traffic, of tunnel, of dogs. It can be any fear. Someone is screaming at you. as I had that. And then what we need to do is to check if that information that we felt fear in that moment was real or not. Because in the moment that you understand as well that when this amygdala, the fear center, is activated and all our sympathetic nervous system is bringing all that flood of stress hormones in our body, in that moment when we have that in our heart, this, oh my God, it's like, it's that scary moment when we felt unprotected. Something is happening that it can ruin my safety, my life. Okay? And how important it is to understand that our emotions are the ones who carry our memories. It's not just about what you think. Can you understand with me that what you think comes after of what you feel? If we start treating society not as we think, but as we feel, that's when we're gonna change everything. And I'm here to make this change. Because we are, from now on, a society, a community, a secret elite society. Because yes, we all are here inside of the society to build wealth. Remember, well-being and wealth, both here inside of Mrs. Joy's Academy. It works together. Well-being and wealth. We are turbinated in our full potential. And when I say about full potential, we are far to be living our full potential in the society we have nowadays that just brings the mind as the primary source of intelligence, the brain. And then we are living in a world of zombies, castrated from our power that is inside of ourselves. We are living just with two powers, the mind and the body, and a body that is empty of the real treasure that you have inside of yourself. That is the diamond of your super soul that is hidden inside of yourself. Because in the moment that you felt that fear that you would be rejected, that you would be neglected or abandoned, in that moment you closed your heart. In that moment your hurt child was suppressed, was castrated from her or his own voice. And in that moment our child hidden or hide, sorry, I don't know the right English here. Our child hid our soul inside of our heart, like my child and your child, okay? In the moment that you felt your first trauma or several traumas or little fears that you started creating inside of yourself, fear of sometimes, especially for the boys, crying. Like we are created in this society, boys can't cry. Who created that? It means boys can't feel. That's how our society is designed, guys. And this is so wrong. I'm here to say to you, each one of you, we are from now on in a new society, a new secret elite society. I say I'm not here to send an SOS to the world. I send an SOS to the world. No, I'm sending an SES to the world, because this is our code. We are a secret elite society that I also call a secret epic society, because we are here to be legendaries. We are here to heal the world, to change the world for a culture of feeling. Because each one of us will need to cry, to feel. You need to feel to cry. And you need to cry to feel. Because if we never stop doing that, we're gonna keep living in survival mode. And keep living in just as zombies, without being really connected with our true selves. Because if we keep living in survival mode, we are disconnected from our hearts. And if we are disconnected from our heart, from what we really feel, we are disconnected from our mind. Can you understand? Because then our mind is just a busy monkey mind being distracted from the things from the outside to suppress the lack that we feel inside. And this is so painful. That's how the world is designed. And it's BS. It's BS and it's belief system. It's both. We need to cut the BS and we need to change the belief system. And we need to change this belief system instead of just being a mind in a body, in an empty body, or a body full of stress, living in low vibrations with toxic energy all the time, feeling contracted with pain, unhealthy, and with unhealthy habits. You need to break through that. And for breakthrough that, we need to heal our hurt child. We need somehow to have access again of all that feelings that you suppressed, that you froze in your heart, that you locked your heart with 7 keys. And I make this representation of the 7 keys with the 7 sins, without wanting to bring the religion thing, because we are talking about spirituality. Spirituality has nothing to do about religion. You can have any religion and you are welcome, because we are talking about not religion. We are talking about spirituality. And spirituality includes all religions. Because in spirituality we are all one. And let's take a deep breath and make the sound Om. When you feel alone and down, I see all your fears. I know you go up and down. One day you're happy, another in tears. 'Cause we are humans in this life, but we are more than we can see. We are a light that wants to shine. It's time to let it be. You have a voice that I want to hear, a voice that will heal your tears, a voice that will stop your fears. You have a voice that makes you feel alive, a voice that makes you shine, to be the star you are. I know you came from the sky, that place is our home. And when you start to shine again, you will never feel alone. You will start to see so many stars from the sky here on earth. You will remember that we came to shine, to enlighten the whole world. You have a Take a deep breath and let it go. Remembering that every time you are listening to my voice, you are listening to my message and listening to my songs, you are receiving through my voice, through my energy. You are receiving through my voice the Diksha energy. I'm a Diksha giver since 2014, and I'm this avatar of awakening, this avatar of enlightenment, this avatar of unconditional love, this goddess of unconditional love that is here to bring this awakening again, that we are here to feel, because we are beings of feelings. And this is the most beautiful thing in the world. And once we master the language of feeling, we become free, we become one, because we become what and who we truly are: unconditional love. And I guarantee you that we are all one, because in our essence, when we are all in unconditional love, we are a collective hug. We are a chain of love. And as I say in my song, Chain of Love, together we can heal the world with your heart and my heart, because we started now the era of feeling, the era of truly living. It's through the art of meditation, because meditation is the art of feeling. Meditation is the art of self-love. Meditation is the art of freedom. And I'm here to help you to master it. I had the honor in the last 10 years of my life, 15 years of my life, to be traveling around the world, to be listening my voice. So meditation allows you to have a voice. I'm so thrilled that I am about to launch my second book, to publish my second book. It's with the division of Hay House here in Australia, Balboa Press. Now, I wanted so much, I wanted always so much to be published by Hay House or a big publisher like Pilgrim, like, to send my message to the world. It's not about the money that, of course, I will be generating more and more wealth, but it's really becoming legendary. It's really becoming a voice in those world that is here to make a change. Just one person is enough to change, not just one nation, but to change the whole planet. And when I say one nation, it's because all of us are here to be one nation. And we need to understand that we are a nation living in a planet of feeling. It's a planet that is a mother. And a mother, a woman, is a goddess of unconditional love. And each one of us have the masculine and the feminine inside. And all the men are now as well are here to embrace this feminine inside, this energy of this goddess of unconditional love inside of you. Because that's what you are inside of yourself, in your feminine. You are this goddess of unconditional love. And the masculine that represents us is this God energy of peace. Is a warrior of love, of unconditional love too. So we have these both parts, so beautiful, like a dance of unconditional love. That's what truly we all are. And once as well we get out of this culture of hooking up, we're going to also get out of the separation, because we're going to get out of survival mode, because we are all with so much fear of being in relationships, not have a broken heart again. But then what happens again is another broken heart and another broken heart. And then we just got with fear about true love. When we sometimes you observe yourself, what do you feel when the first feeling when you feel when I say the word love? For me, for many years in my life, my first reaction or my first answer would be fear. Love was equal fear for me for many years of my life. And this is painful. And the same question I do for you about money. What is the feeling when I say the word money? And again, for me as well, come this pain in my chest. There's a pain in my chest. And that's what you also need to observe. What is the feeling and where it comes in your body? And for me, it was like, again, that scary hurt child inside of myself, remembering my father fighting with my mother because of the lack of money. Or my brother and I would not be able to leave any extra light in the house on, because my father would be fighting with us because of that. It was all about this grumpy, frustrated man fighting with us because of the lack of money. And it was so painful. So money also became equals pain for me, equals fear. That was my projection about fear, about love. And most of you also grown up with the same kind of feelings about these two important things in our area, in our life, these two important areas in our lives. That is money and love. And we need to clean the energy of fear that we still hold about money and love. Because while we have this energy separating us from money and love, you're gonna be separated from that energies. And we are the ones who are creating the separation. While we don't heal, we don't have the things that we truly want. Because you are the one, if you are still carrying the energy of fear for love and money, this energy needs to be liberated from inside of your body and your energetic body. It needs to be reprogrammed in our subconscious mind, and it needs to be felt in a different way inside of your heart. That's when you really reprogram your subconscious mind. It's not just in the mind. You reprogram in your heart, in the way you feel. You reprogram in your body, and you reprogram in your spiritual being, your energetic body. Bang! And when you are there, bam! It's when you start manifesting. Because then you have now all your vibrational field aligned with the energy of the dreams that you want. Because in the moment that you stop fearing love and wealth and money, this will start coming to you because you become that energy. But for you to become that energy, you need to remove the fear of loving. And for you to remove the fear of love, I will need to invite you to come with me for you to learn how to fly. And fly, for those that are already inside of my community, knows what it means. Fly inside of my community of the mighty queens and the mighty kings. It means first, love yourself. And my invitation is that we also get out of this paradigm that we need a prince or a princess to save us. Because that's the way the world is designed, to have something or someone from the outside to come and to save us. And it's also a way to keep society from inside of themselves, away from inside of themselves. As so many other ways, the way that the world is designed, putting people working jobs that cause so much stress, working for one whole year to have one month off, is to keep society in this slavery mode, is to keep society stuck in survival mode. Because of course, a person that has just 1 month of 12 of well-being, of course will be stressed and more addicted to stress and more addicted to stress. And then the way our educational system is created just to keep a mind, thinking, and IQ, or a genius mind. A genius mind doesn't start through the mind. A genius mind starts through the heart. We are here in a world of feeling. We are here in a world of energy. And energy is feeling. Feeling is energy. And what we think is also an energy. Everything is an electromagnetic field. And I'm so grateful for the HeartMath Institute that discovered that we also have neurons. The same neurons we have in our brain, we have in our heart. So our hearts, it is our thinking and our feeling. So we need to use both. It's not just what we think that generates what we feel. It's what we feel that generates what we think. And this is so important. Because in the moments that I shift my reality inside of my heart, then I can unlock my heart from that 7 keys. There are the 7 scenes that represents the 7 distractions that we use to do not access our heart. Remembering that our super soul is there hidden inside of our heart. Our hurt child, she's just protecting herself, just hiding our super soul there because she thinks, or he thinks, that in the moment that he or she really shows her true self, the world will reject. Because when we were a child, in the moment that we really wanted to express ourselves, even if it was through a crying, if it was through a laugh, through a mistake that we made, and we received our parents fighting with us, or ridiculing us, or making a joke on us, something that when we were really being ourselves, we were castrated in showing our joy, our soul, our magic. And that, with the fear, started being buried more and more and more. So it's like we are living in a world of zombies because our soul is buried inside of our hearts. And we need to rescue this again. We need to bring our soul in the command of our lives. And that's exactly what happened with me. I was living a life that it was completely out of my design, but it was a life that it was a design made by society. So I was basically a sub-product of society. Until I arrived on my 30 years old and I say, this is not life. That's enough. I couldn't live anymore inside of myself in the way that I was living. That was not marriage for me. I was married for 8 years. I said, that's not marriage the way that my mom taught me that marriage is. And I was journalist. I made 2 graduations. That was not the way that also the educational system is teaching me. I need to make 2 graduations, or as many graduations as I can, and become PhD or whatever, and master here and master that. Then I will have jobs to make my own money, right? So, and you need to work in a job of 8 hours. That's what my parents wanted for me. I never wanted that. As I also didn't want to get married in that time. I wanted to be successful, to be financial free. And then suddenly society, with the family codes, social codes, cultural codes, religious codes, financial codes, program you to be that person that is far to be who you truly are, that is far to be your design. And at some point, we will explode. At some point, something will happen that we're gonna say, that's enough. We need to wake up for a new reality that is the reality of our spiritual matrix. And each one of us are here to make this resurrection, to get out of our negative human matrix, to go back to our spiritual matrix. And that basically what happened with me. It was basically like with 33 years old, I reborn, I resurrected. And I decided to live my own life, and to live in my own terms, and to live with the freedom that my soul is here to live. I didn't know what I would become, but I knew by listening the voice of my soul inside of my chest, inside of my heart, that I was here for something greater. And I decided to unleash this voice inside of my heart, and I decided to follow the messages every day of my life. And after 10 years, by listening to this voice and being brave enough to start being who I truly am, I started composing songs. I started singing. I started writing books. I started creating self-development courses that are transforming the lives of millions of people around the world. I discovered that as more as we forget the traumas of our negative human matrix, because we healed them, the more we start remembering the mission of our soul here on this planet. Each human being in this life has a soul, a super soul that has a mission. You are here to bring the gifts of your soul to the world. And if you don't wake up, you will die without fulfilling that mission. Do you know what? I will tell you the best moment of my life so far. And I can tell you that I have so many. My memory now is like searching so many amazing moments that I have in my life, and I will have. Oh my goodness, it's just incredible. I like all these memories that came. So that was also the best moment of my life. That's what. It's so amazing. But there is one special moment that made me feel, and I think I had this moment. I can tell you two situations that I have this feeling, but it was when I was brave enough to listen the voice of my soul, and for me it was so fearful. That was the feeling. I was with fear to start listening this voice of my soul that was saying for me, okay, let's start making music. It was my voice talking to me that I needed to bring the songs to the world. And I was with fear of that. It was, what do I do with this? What is supposed for me to do now? With 33 years old, I will start singing now and compose. Will I become a famous singer? What do I need to do with this? But that was bigger than me, bigger than my fear. And when I was brave enough, and I need to be extremely grateful and thankful for Ray Dalio for the rest of my life. Because when I met Ray Dalio in Sydney 2019 in November, it was the weekend of the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of November 2019. He was in Sydney and he was making a speech of his book Principles in the Opera House, and I was his hostess. I was working that time as a chief stewardess inside of a soup yacht in Sydney to keep making more money to build my company to become who I am today. But I was making hard jobs to keep making the money to keep building my dream, and I never give up. Even in the hardest, the tough moment, without having my own home for many years, I kept following the voice of my soul to build my dream, to be who I am. That's my deepest dream. I want to be here in this world, being who I truly am, without any fake masks. And in the moment that you feel this place inside of yourself, that you never need to use any fake mask anymore, you can just be who you are, like you are naked in front of the world. And that should be the most beautiful thing, of being able to be naked in front of the whole world, because we are naturally beautiful. We have perfect bodies, perfect souls, perfect beauty in the way that each one are. Doesn't matter if one is taller or is shorter, is fat, is skinny, is blonde, is brunette, is black, is white. Doesn't matter the outside. Doesn't matter how much you have in your bank account. It matters what we are inside. For many, many years when I was married, I could have everything. At the same time that I was wealthy, I was poor inside, because I was living as a sub-product of society. I was living without being who I am. I was living as a perfect porcelain doll with that perfect mask, always beautiful, gorgeous for the others, smiling for the outside, but living as a dragon, because I am not a bird. I am a serpent with dragon wings. A fire is an energy that flies. That's my Kundalini. It's the serpent that flies in the whole universe. As a firework in the sky, as this serpent that flies in the velocity of the light and has dragon wings, because I have that fire inside of myself. The fire, the flame of the divinity inside of myself. The fire of the goddess that I am. And you have the fire of this goddess that you are, and you have this fire of this God that you are. And this represents your mighty queen and your mighty king. And in the moment that you understand, and meditation brings so many beneficials and so many ways of practicing for us to manifest the life we love and for us to manifest our wildest dreams. And one of the things and the secrets that I reveal for you inside of these live events that I'm making, I will reveal one secret that I use to manifest my wildest dreams, that it calls sex magic. And if you want to know more about it, and I'm like looking forward to be sharing this with you. And this is for all, for men, for women. You're gonna learn how to unleash your superpowers through your first chakra. And that's when I'm gonna be working with you for us to activate your Kundalini Diksha. We're gonna be activating your first chakra for you to be cleaning your inner house, for you to free and clean and liberate your 7 chakras. And in the moment you start doing this, you're gonna start cleaning your inner house. You're gonna start flying, first loving yourself, for you to start flying with your own wings. Because I can guarantee you today, if you are still living with borrowed wings and flying with wings of others, you are really not living your life in your full potential, because you are a super soul that are here to live your life on your own terms, being who you truly are. And for that, you need to dive inside of yourself to rescue the diamond that is there inside of your heart. That is your super soul. And my invitation for you when you come to my live collective healing sessions is for us to meditate together. And I will give to you my RTS, my rapid transformative system, for you to heal in the velocity of the light. Because in the moment that you learn with me how to heal through the art of meditation, feeling, the art of manifestation will blossom in your life. Because feeling is what drags the dreams that you want to your life. But you are the one that needs to be the vortex of energy that will attract that dream to you. So you also understand inside of my live collective healing challenges that the law of attraction is secondary. The primary law that you need to master is the law of vibration. And that's why meditation is so important. It puts you in the frame of energy of the dreams that you want. In the moment that you match the same frequency of the things that you truly want, you're going to drag that to you. And we're going to tell to you what you need to increase. You need to give this quantum leap of energy for you to master, for you to match the dreams that you want the most. And the effect, when you have the things that you want the most, you are whole again. You are complete. And when you are complete, it's because you are whole in unconditional love again. And for that, you need to change the feeling of rejection, of fear. The fear of rejection needs to be replaced by acceptance. And that's when you open a space for that energy of fear of rejection to let it go, and for you to become the energy of unconditional love again. And in the moment that you are back in this energy of unconditional love, it's when you become the wealth of your own life, because you become this coin that is unconditional love and unlimited money. They are like face and crown. In the moment that you let your face fall, meaning that you let all that fake masks that your hurt child was still using to protect yourself from the world, because you are still living in fear to be who you truly are, because you have the fear of being rejected. When you remove the shame and you just can be who you truly are, and no matter if people will accept you or not, because you will never abandon you. You will keep loving yourself and protecting yourself and giving the best life for yourself. That's when self-love happens. And when freedom happens. And that's when you're going to be born again in the freedom of your spirit. Because in the moment that unconditional love will be overflowing from your heart again, your real life will begin. And every time we make a cleaning, every time that you reprogram your subconscious mind, every time that we make a flip chat, that is the name of my third book, The Game of Life, we are going out from the dark side to the light side. And in the moment you do this, you are removing the energy of rejection, of the fear of rejection from your heart, and replacing that by unconditional love. And every time you do that, you increase your energetic body, you increase your energetic field, you become more of who you are. And as we do this process of going inside of ourselves through meditation and seeing still what are the open wounds that you need to heal, and we're gonna feel, and we're gonna cry, and we're gonna liberate all that pressure that needs to be removed and released from your past, from your heart, so you can start being that quiet place again inside of your heart, for you to listen to the voice of your soul, for you start forgetting the traumas and pain of your negative human programming, for you to go back again to the power of your spiritual matrix. So that's my invitation for you. Subscribe now, register now in my live collective healing challenges for you to feel the benefits of meditation, for you to learn how to fly. First, love yourself, and to manifest the life you love, the life that has your design, the design of your super soul. Thank you so much for being with me. It's an honor for me to be with you, because together we can heal the world with your heart and my heart. Together we can create this electromagnetic field, this wave of joy, of healing, of awakening, of a new era, the era of feeling, the era of healing, the era of awakening the era of enlightenment, the era of well-being and wealth for all. Remember, WW is Wonder Woman in double. Because when I am bringing the unconditional love for myself, it's when I understand that I'm not the princess. I never need again a prince from the outside to come and save me. Or I never need anything from the outside to come and save me. I don't need Jesus Christ to come and save me. I don't need a job to come from outside to save me. I am my own savior. I am a world change entrepreneur. I'm here to change the world. But I can just do that, and I could just do that. First, changing my own inner world. Reprogramming my subconscious mind. Reprogramming my feelings. Reprogramming my energetic field for me to get out of a low vibration to go to a high vibration from love and above. And that's how we attract our wild dreams for our reality. I'm looking forward to be with you. Thank you so much to be with me in this masterclass, for you to understand more about meditation and how we can get out of this culture of fear, of lack, of misery, and create this culture of health, wealth, unconditional love, and well-being for all. And everything starts with the joy inside of ourselves. Joy is the healing frequency. And that's one of the reasons, that's why my avatar calls Mrs. Joy. Because I'm here to bring this wave of joy to the whole world, for me to be mirroring the joy inside of yourself. Because you are also Mrs. Joy, Mr. Joy, the whole world. We are here to dress this energy of joy. My birth name is Cristiane Silveira Tique. I'm so proud to be who I am. I'm so proud of all my ancestors. And I bring a rain of blessings to my ancestors. A rain of miracles for all my ancestors, for all my family, for all the generations after generations that allowed me to be here today. And receive as well this rain of blessings and miracles for yourself and for all your ancestors. Being grateful for them that created their lives for you to be here today. And this moment arrived for us to be together, for us to heal the world together. We are here in this mission for us to bring a new society for the planet. Remember, we are the mighty queens and the mighty kings. And we are here to create this SES. I am sending SES to the world. It's a secret elite society where we will create a world of feeling, of being, who we truly are, without fake masks anymore. We can be who we are because once we know who we are and what we are doing here in this world, and we are brave enough to show our voice to the world, that's when the magic really happens. My first album was released after I was brave enough of the fear of rejection, healing my open wounds, forgiving the ones I love the most, and the most important thing, becoming the mighty queen, meaning that I could rescue the self-love inside of myself. I stopped waiting for a soulmate from the outside, and I discovered that I was my own soulmate. that I am my own spiritual being, my own soulmate. I need to be the best mate of my soul, that is myself. And once you also understand that you have your soul, your voice inside of yourself that needs to be unleashed, you need just to remove the fear of rejection. That is not just, it's a big quantum leap that you need to give inside of yourself to arrive in this place. But it can be in a beautiful and easy way, with me explaining to you how to get there. So it's an honor for me to be with you, for us to be healing our hearts together, to be feeling our hearts again, to be freeing our soul, to be unconditional love again. That's where we become one. I am love, you are love, we are love, and the whole world is love. Then I belong to you, and you belong to me, and the whole world, the whole world, the whole world belong to us. 'Cause I am love, you are love, we are love, and the whole world, the whole world, the whole world, the whole world is love, is love, Chris love. Yes, my birth name is Cristiane Silveira Chic, and I send these blessings to all my family and relatives. And I am Mrs. Joy. It's my soul. That's my avatar. That's who I truly am. That's the voice that really speaks with you. And my invitation for you through meditation is that you also find your voice. Because in the moment that you rescue that precious diamond that is there inside of yourself, inside of your heart, you're going to start having the power of your voice again. And you're going to start remembering the gifts of your soul, as I started remembering the gifts of my soul. And you're going to start being brave enough to bring your gifts to the world, because once you are operating through your super soul, you become unstoppable. You become so powerful, because you are power, you are energy. And as you learn how to self-regulate your nervous system through the practice with the practices of meditation, the more you become energy, the more you become who you truly are. And that's when you're gonna rescue then the other two powers that are missing. You're gonna be operating as this Ferrari with 4 turbos: mind, body, heart, and spirit. And heart and spirit, that's what is missing in the society we live nowadays. And they are crucial for this amazing mind and this amazing body to be working with us, for us to be and become who we truly are. You have a voice. Go there on Spotify, start listening it. Listen the whole album, from Inside of Yourself until the last one, We Are Angels. There are 9 songs. It's basically 30 minutes. It's a 30 minutes of meditation that you are there listening to that songs. They are talking to your soul for you to wake up, for you to be enlightened again in the powers of your super soul. You have a voice, and I want to hear it. I want to see and to feel the gifts of your soul. because you are here to change the world together with me. Your voice matters in this world, and your existence matters. Register right now to be with me inside of my live collective healing events. And let's connect your heart with my heart for us to become a chain of love. I will live now for you my song, Chain of Love, from my first album, You Have a Voice. Let's meditate together to bring your heart with my heart, for us to heal ourselves, to heal the world. Thank you, Michael Jackson, to program my soul to be the change in this world. Thank you for each member of your family that helped you to become who you are in this world, to have a voice of change. And now it's our time to bring Chain of Love as this new movement for us to heal the world, as Michael Jackson did with us. Heal the world. Thank you, Michael. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Souls like Michael Jackson, Queen Diane, John Lennon, Steve Jobs. So many people that came to this world to make a change. Gandhi. So many souls. The people that made a change in the world, they were people that were connected in their souls. The people that caused destruction, they are still stuck in their negative human matrix. They are still living in pain, and they are causing pain. And everyone can be forgiven, and everyone can be loved and accepted if you just choose to flip from the negative human matrix to the spiritual matrix. I know your pain. I feel your pain as a highly empath. I can feel everything, as you can too. And when we see and we feel people that are toxic, remember that we also have that toxic energy inside of ourselves. That toxic energy is very important for us to understand that it's an energy of pain. It's not an energy for us to be rejecting anymore, but accepting. Instead of being rejecting the pain of the other, we need to accept, because that pain, that toxic energy, also lives inside of us. And once we understand to remove that energy and accept, that fear of rejection will be removed from our hearts, and we're going to be able to be and to become who we truly are again. Because that low energy of shame of rejection, will be replaced by the energy of unconditional love. And again, that's when you give the quantum leap of energy, and as more as you do that, the more you become the vortex of energy of the dreams, the biggest dreams that you want to attract to your life. You become that energy. You become that vortex of energy, and that's when you become unstoppable. Vroom, 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 vroom. You are dragging that energy for you. You are dragging that energy for you, and you become unstoppable because you know who you are. And no matter where you are at this stage in your life, if you keep flip chatting, if you keep practicing my Wellbeing Time meditations, and if you go there now at www.wellbeingtime.com, go straight there. If you don't have time to go and to come to the live events with me, then just go there. It's already everything there. Wellbeing Time is the name of my second book. I created a collection of 9 Wellbeing Time meditations. Then just make them every day before you go to sleep. And make it, if you find the time, not if you have time, find the time to make in the morning too. But at least before you go to sleep, you need to do it. Take there the area of your life that you need to work the most. Fear, procrastination, lack of money, love, connection with your spiritual being. Go there and buy the whole collection with 9 Wellbeing Time meditations that I also call Wellbeing Time manifestation, because it will be helping you to shift your energetic field for you to get out of these low frequencies of misery and lack of love, money, lack of good relationships, lack of abundance, wealth, lack of time, or lack of wealth, lack of health. It's enough. Enough is enough. And I also created inside of Wellbeing Time, go there is in the navigation, it calls coaching. I made a program with 12 masterclasses for you to understand how to apply my Wellbeing Time formula for you to master the art of meditation and manifestation into your life. It's everything there. I remember when I sent my book for the first time for one of the publishers, and this person that was editing my book, she said, sorry, I needed some water. Oh, so good. So she said, Jacqueline Cangro, she was editing my book, and she sent to me a letter at the end, and she said, your book will heal and transform so many lives as already transformed mine. And the question that I make for you is, what else can I do? What else? Because I want more of what you are offering me. How now can I put this into practice? How can I apply this to my life? And that's when I make that bang, that light bulb light came into my brain, and I said, oh my God, I can't launch this book yet. And she was right. So in these last 3 years of my life, I have been working so hard, making money, making aside jobs here and there as chief stewardess, working hard, long hours. I know what it is to be in survival mode. Working sometimes 18 hours, needing to be awake the next day and receiving guests and cleaning things and cleaning. Oh my goodness, it was so hard. So I understand, like, this life, God put me in the situation to understand all situations in life. Having home, not having a home, having money, not having money, working hard, not working hard, feeling well-being, not feeling well-being, having traumas, healing the traumas. All these contrasts, they are necessary for us to be who we are today. The fear of rejection, without the fear of rejection, we wouldn't be able to go back to our nature that is unconditional love, because as spiritual beings, we are already unconditional love, and we're gonna be here. That's how we're gonna, when we die, we go back to this nature that we are, that is unconditional love. But we are here as human beings to experience the energy of unconditional love, being in this path, in this body, in this physical body. And then for that, God created this game of life that I call flip chat. And when I say you are God, and that's what is saying, coming into my mind, right? Because each one of us is a God. So that's why I believe each one of us, if we really remember what we are doing here, we all know what we are doing here. It's just a game of life. We need to flip chat, to get out of the dark side and go back to the light side, reprogram your subconscious mind, our subconscious mind again, right? And as more as we program a new society with the eyes of diving inside of ourselves and feeling, we're gonna change the world. Because we're gonna not need to be wasting 20 years of our lives like I did, almost 20 years reprogramming my subconscious mind to become who I am. No, we can already program our kids, our future generations, to already be who they are, to feel who they are, to use their divine senses to feel the world and to heal the world. We will not need to be healing anymore, because we're gonna be healed already. We're gonna be able to be who we truly are without needing masks to be who we are. We're gonna be living and feeling through our hearts, through our unconditional love, and building this new society that is building instead of destroying, that is progressing together, that is helping each other. And that will become natural, that will become first nature. And we, as a consequence, we will be living in the era of well-being time. That's the invitation, is a well-being. And why will this happen? Because we know how to self-regulate our nervous system. We know how to get out of survival mode. And once we have more wealth, once we have more well-being, we start generating more wealth. And when we have more wealth, we start generating more well-being. That is health. When we say wealth is health, that's true. Health is also wealth. And it's the same thing with well-being. So that's my invitation with you, with well-being time meditation. Remember, that's when you are practicing your well-being time manifestation, when you learn how to be it before you see it. So if you have time to go to the live events with me, just go click in the link below in my website, www.mrs-joy.com, and there is the first thing in the homepage, register to be in the live events with me. And if you don't have time to be in the live events, you just go to www.wellbeingtime.com and you can acquire the whole collection of Wellbeing Time meditation, or you can buy the area that you want to work, that is love and time freedom, or love and relationships, or health and well-being, or life's purpose and spirituality. You choose one of the areas that you really want to focus and buy the Wellbeing Time meditation. And I highly recommend that you also acquire together the support coaching program that I created, that is with these 12 master classes where you're gonna master my Wellbeing Time formula, okay? And the book Wellbeing Time is coming soon as well for you, for the whole world, for us to be creating together this new era of Wellbeing Time for all. Because we are here not to be living with 90% of stress and 10% of well-being, like the world is designed today, to be working the whole year and have just 1 month off of well-being. No, we are here to be living 90% of well-being and 10% of stress. Being first who we truly are, being our essence, generating wealth, generating health, generating to love, unconditional, then we become this vortex of energy. But while we are in stress, we will be living in a world of zombies, with diseases, with cancer, with a body that is completely without oxygen. And when you come for my live events, you have the chance as well to be practicing lots of pranayamas before. And inside of my Wellbeing Time book, where I bring the art of meditation and manifestation for you guys, is for each one of you to be learning how to bring more power to your body. Because you are the power. But while you are living in survival mode, depression, anxiety, stress, pain, misery, contraction, shame, rejection, fear, these will be the low frequencies that you're going to be living. And lack of money, lack of love, lack of all those things that you want the most. And for that, you need to give the quantum leap that you need, the quantum leap of energy that you need to remove all these low frequencies. And you do that by feeling, and we're going to be working together. So thank you so much for being with me. And now for sure I will be leaving for you chain of love, for you to be even more inspired, for us to heal together, to heal the world together. Because with your heart and my heart, we can heal the world. A huge kiss into your heart and lots of love from Mrs. Joy. Make it shine and be your best.
And I am here to be with you. I know you want to go, and sometimes never leave again. But I know this pain will go, and you will love again. I just open my heart. I'm here to free your soul, for you to see another world, for us to shine again. The whole world was blind in pain, hurting each other so much. I know I'm here to make this change, 'cause I'm here to heal the world. But I can't do this alone. I need you. I need your heart with me. I can do this with you. Together we can heal the world. Let's become a chain of love. 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 If you open a space and hold my hands again, we can become a chain of love to make a better place. Now the whole world is full of faith, helping each other so much. I know I'm here to make this change, 'cause I'm here to heal the world. But I can't do this alone. I need you. I need your heart with me. I can do this with you. Together we can heal the world. Let's become a chain of love. Let's become a chain of love. Let's become a